What's going on YouTube? It's Jay Wilson and I apologize for this video. I had some nice segments, some great editing. I was having fun with it and went to upload it and had some issues with the files. So I do apologize. However, I still have the wonderful video with Chris Carpenter, the master of Shell Dwelling Cichlids. He does some amazing talks and he was nice enough to come on the channel and give you folks some information. I will reiterate some points from Chris. 3 to 4 shells per fish, minimum of 10 gallons, 2 fish per 10 gallons. That 3 to 4 shells stays true. Lots of sand because they move it and they do what they want. High alkalinity, high pH, good minerals, and you should be doing pretty much what every person that successfully keeps shell dwellers does. However, I will note, trophies should not be in here. However, I'm waiting for their other tank to be ready so that I can move them out of here. Without further ado, I bring you Chris Carpenter.
The shell dwellers of Lake Tanganyika, my absolute favorite type of fish. I've kept and bred all kinds of different shell dwellers. Matter of fact, I'm working my way through all of them, and the list is extremely small. That just goes to show you how much I love these little fish. And there's lots of reasons why I love these fish. One of the main reasons is you get so much personality in a tiny little fish. I've heard them referred to as tiny titans. I always say they have short man's complex. So they will go after just about anything that comes into their territory. Matter of fact, I've had them attack my hand. I mean, really, just about any time I put my hand in the aquarium, they go after it. I've had them attack siphons, nets, just about anything that goes near them. I've seen a video where multifasciatus attacks a crocodile. So they definitely have no fear for how small they are. I don't think they realize just how small they are. But if you're getting into shell dwellers, some of the beauties of this fish, you don't have to have a large aquarium. So a lot of cichlids, if you're going to get into them, you need to have, 55, 75, 100-gallon aquarium. Well, you can keep these guys in that, and I do. I keep some in a 100-gallon aquarium. It's my favorite aquarium that I have right now. Let's say you just have a 10-gallon aquarium available. Not a problem. These fish can be kept in 10-gallon aquariums. So if you're going to keep them in a 10-gallon aquarium, I recommend going with just a pair. There's lots of different species that you can keep. I mean, you get some really cool activities from Lamprologus multifasciatus, Lamprologus similis, brevis. I mean, the list goes on. But one of my favorites, the gold ocellatus. So you get that beautiful color, and they are some of the most spunky of all of them. Can be kept in a 10-gallon tank. I recommend keeping them just as a single pair if you're going to do it that way. In a single pair, you're going to get a better chance of them, for one, coexisting, but also having babies and successfully raising those babies in the tank with them. Another beauty to these fish is many of them will create these big communities where you don't have to have an extra tank available to raise babies up. You can put them right in, just leave them right in the tank with the adults. Eventually you probably want to remove some, and hey, then you get to make some money by selling these fish off. They're almost always in demand. I mean, people want these fish. They are very cool, tons of personality. Some of the things I recommend for keeping them, Lake Tanganyika itself, it's got a high mineral content, high pH, hard water. So if you're in an area where you have soft water, you're going to want to do something to buffer that water, get that pH up. It doesn't have to be extremely high like Lake Tanganyika, but I'd get it to 7.5 and above. Should do just fine. You definitely want to keep sand. If you don't have sand, you're not going to witness a lot of the personality or a lot of their behaviors. So they do a lot of digging. They like to rearrange a tank to their liking. Some of them they do different things with shells. So you definitely have some shells in the aquarium with them. They're going to take refuge in that shell. They are going to lay their eggs in that shell. And I recommend having 3 to 4 shells per fish. And it really, I mean, just keep going. You can have as many shells as you want, but at least 3 to 4 per fish, because they're not always gonna select. If you just put in 2, they're gonna most likely one fish will end up taking over, and it's just not gonna be pretty. But so you've heard me say Lamprologus similis, Lamprologus multifasciatus. So just real quick to touch base on the Lamprologus. So if you're looking these guys up on the internet, you can find them under Neolamprologus, Lamprologus, X-Lamprologus. And the reason that is this is a genus in flux. It's been waiting for 20 years to be reclassified. So right now, the majority of shell dwellers fall into what would be considered X-Lamprologus. It's a genus waiting to be reclassified. So hopefully at some point this will happen and we'll have a steady, consistent name to go by.
All right, folks, so I appreciate Chris Carpenter coming on and giving you guys some information regarding shell dwellers. Sometimes it's better to have experts talk about fish that you know enough about, but not fully to give you the full piece of information so that you can successfully keep a species thriving. The other thing I wanted to note is that northfinusa.com is having a Labor Day sale. Labor 20 gets you 20% off anything on the website. We've got products like Beta, Super Beta, Veggie, Krill Pro, Cichlid Formula, and various other products. We're getting ready for a restock as soon as we receive our shipment, and everything will be updated on the website. There is also a pre-order for the t-shirt that will not be available for sale to the public. It is a limited edition, pre-sale only, and let me tell you, it's gonna be pretty cool that not many people will have this t-shirt. So check it out at northfinusa.com, and as always, thank you so much for your support. Be kind to somebody. A nice gesture, a hello, let them cut in during traffic, maybe pay for somebody's coffee in the morning. Do something nice for somebody, and it will be reciprocated to you in many, many fashions. You know what's next. Aha!